What is up, YouTube? This is your girl Killer Rose. Right now I'm at the gym. Sorry, I feel like I want to burp, but it's 9/11. It's late at night. I just want to say that yes, I have watched the Super Bowl, not the halftime, not even the pre-opening of the Super Bowl. I haven't got to see Green Day, but no, I'm not happy with them. They really exclude me out of of their whole band. They basically, what was it that they said, MAGA agenda, and that was like the worst part that they could say. If they would have just said something else rather than seclude the whole stadium, right? Okay, so imagine you're there buying $1,000 ticket, and yes, they're that much. They're probably even more expensive than what I just said right now, but that's what it is. They pay a ticket that's very high up in price. You go see the Super Bowl, right? The first thing you say is that, and you can, the best bet that I had is that some people there are MAGA. They happen to support Trump, and when they feel that, they can feel the vibe that, hey, this show is not meant for you, and you should probably not get another ticket because of that, because you don't know if they're gonna pull that stunt again. And for the worst part, in the whole like NFL series, you decided to pull this stunt today, or no, it was yesterday, right? So you decided to pull that whole stunt, 250 years, okay, in that making, and you decided just to say, well, it's just only 1 year, right, out of the whole years. No, it was a big deal for us, for the Americans, for the real Americans who really likes to watch football or the Olympics. I saw my parents watching the Olympics. I haven't told them exactly what is going on there, but you can already tell that these people do not support actually you don't even need to know who they support anymore. I mean, I'm so sick of looking at these celebs and athletics, right, and telling them exactly what they believe in, this and that. Oh, the ICE agents, they're not really doing a good job, we don't really support them separating families. Shut up. We don't care. We do not care. All I just want to see you is freaking do a flip and land on an icicle, okay? And you can stay in balance. That's all I care about, is that. Have I ever been to ice skating before? No. My mom did not, at that time when I was in high school, did not want me to go to ice skating. For one, because I was getting baptized in that week, and she doesn't want me to break a leg. I almost broke a leg when I was roller skating. That was in itself was a nightmare, because I literally had to use a walker. It was not the best at roller skating. I had no idea why. Maybe it's because at that time I was a big girl, right? I was fat, and I thought, well, maybe because it's my weight, all right? And maybe I was just standing too hard. I was focusing on balancing too hard on it, right? And I was like, maybe I'm not using my posture, right? And I tried to bend the knees, I tried to do all that, I just couldn't. I was like, and yes, eventually I did really hurt myself. I was like, the way that I just landed right now, I felt so completely like bruised and strained at like my part of my leg. It was like, I had fun, but now I'm just not having fun at all. But I tried my best to roller skate, and I tried to participate. That's all I can do at this moment. And at that time, it was a very fun experience. But yeah, no, I besides all that rambling, I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. But besides all that, right, I really do not care about a person's position on politics. I really don't. And yeah, you don't have to, let's say if I do happen to like really make it, as you guys would say it, right? Yes, people think, at least, they told me that, that they see me as becoming a really big deal on YouTube. So I'm not sure how it's gonna be, but it's gonna be, if for some reason it is, right? I'm not sure why that guy put this line on, but it's okay. So no, if I was big enough of a YouTuber, or I don't know, anything, right? Then I would shut up about politics. I would. If I had a big enough fan base and I'm not in the actual political world, I'm not actually running for anything, I would shut up. I would. And yes, I would definitely say that nothing has to have an opinion, but that's it. Like, I don't have an opinion on this matter. I really do not want to, like, talk on this because I really don't know about this too much, But the people who really know me already know that I know, right? And they'll be like, Rose, she already knows this. She knows that this is complete a hunk of, of bullshit, right? And or like, yeah, we know that Rose is not happy with this or happy with this person. You guys should already know exactly how I feel about this, right? The Super Bowl, it was supposed to be for the Americans. And yes, I watched Turning Point USA. It was definitely one of the best of the best. I feel like I was watching a show that was made for Americans who love being an American, who support Americans, right? And it was the whole thing. A lot of people say it was on racism. It was racism. You guys, should have learned Spanish a long time ago, but you didn't. It's like me. But I'm like, no, I don't need to learn Spanish just to listen to some guy that's going to be on screen. I don't have to do that. Why? Because I have an option where I can either turn this thing off and look for something else that really benefits me, that represents me as an American. Do I want someone who's gonna demand me to watch something that I need to learn how to speak Spanish? No. And then for it to put like translator on to hear what they're saying, basically, it's not good. It's not good for your audience. Obviously, I've seen a lot of angles here that a lot of people are not enjoying the Super Bowl. It was so terrible. No one was cheering. No one was singing. Yeah, there's like I would say about a few women were dancing along. But imagine you took your son or your daughter to see a Super Bowl. And you're like, this is gonna be the best time of our family. First time going to the Super Bowl because I support, my team, and I want my daughter and my son to be part of history. I want them to see the Super Bowl, and I want them to have fun time like I did as a kid, or etc., etc. It doesn't have to be touchy. You just want your kids, or or as a family, to go at a place that you think that it's good to go to, right? But when they blatantly just like force a booty in your face, okay? You're not going to a strip club to have a fun time. You're going at a family event that you expect to sing and have fun and act family friendly, not to a certain crowd of people. But that's just my opinion, guys. I know it's a short one than my other ones, but that's just what I want to say. Is that I was not happy with the Super Bowl. And yeah, I mean, obviously I wanted Seattle Seahawks to win. That's what I'm happy about. But for the fact that they decided to pull this bullshit, I'm just done. I'm done watching the NFL. As much as I like to support my team, which is the Arizona Cardinals, I just couldn't. I mean, like, I would like you guys in the distance. But because of this guy who decided to pull this crap on us, I'm not gonna support him. And And yeah, sure, I mean, these players don't deserve this. They don't. Obviously, the one in the actual headquarters, the head nachos, right? They gotta be the one that say, okay, look it, we need to find the teams, of the people who got to win the Super Bowl. Let's have a massive vote. Let's see if other players and other players would vote on something. They'll have the opportunity not to just vote, but they can also put it out to the public to see what they think. That is called not having a selective audience, but having an audience of one, right? So you're not being exclusive to one party. You're being inclusive. You want people to join in, and you want people to vote on who is the right person to actually sing and perform. And guess what? There's going to be major votes coming in, and that's when people are attracted to. You gotta know your audience before you pull this kind of stuff. And no, I'm not telling you how to run your business. I'm saying that knowing your audience well, I'm trying to follow my own advice, because sometimes you give advice, you have to follow your own advice. Once you know your audience, you will prosper. You will be the biggest of the biggest. And now people, you should know TPSA or TPUSA, right? Turning Point USA, they knew their audience well. And obviously, it's the craziest thing that you just never expected from them, and say, hey, we understand you're sick of the wokeism. You want Americans be Americans, and not having to act outlandishly just start doing inappropriate things by bringing political stuff, right? We're gonna be as conservative as we can be, and expect some religious stuff to it, because that's what they are. Charlie Kirk was the one that started Turning Point USA. So imagine, it is not just an Americans of being Americans, but it is also for the Christian people who cannot stand the wokeism, the agenda that they have. Not that we do, that what they have. They have of what is bigotry. They have stuff that booty shaking, nothing but drugs, alcoholics, cussing, every single word in Spanish, right? That's just, so wrong. Imagine, even if they knew Spanish or other languages, right? They're still cussing in Spanish. Doesn't make any of a difference. It was terrible. So that's my view on it. Alright, guys. 9:24, it's time. It's time to get cracking. And yeah, yesterday I did not. I didn't work out. I was sad for the most part, because obviously I did my binge. But it's time. It's time to get back to the gym, start to work out. I'm trying to get as slim as I possibly can in a healthy way until my birthday, my 30th. I feel so proud of myself. It's not even funny. I feel like I want to cry, but we're gonna save the crying for later. And yeah, my mom's telling me I need to take a before and after photo. So I have the before photo, but when it's the after, you guys would know. And yes, I think I would probably cry right there. But right then and there. And yeah. Alright, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, just gonna post this every single day. We'll see, right? Alright, peace.